Pylon 8. Can somebody let me know what the signal strength is like? It looks a little glitchy from this end. Or should I just go and record this and then upload it? If anybody out there can let me know what you got for signal strength. The Jets, we're out here at Outer Pylon 8 today at the Reno National Championship, still National Reno Air Races, sponsored by Still, the chainsaw manufacturer. Outer Pylon 8, the Jets have just taken off, and we're going to watch a jet race right here from the pylons if this signal quality is adequate. Okay, yeah, pylon time. And the audio, I've put a piece of foam here over the microphone. We got a good breeze going. Is the audio okay for that wind? Good. Okay, then we're going to give this a go. Now, the Jets have just taken off, and they're going to be flying all the way around Peavine Mountain here behind me before entering the race course way over on the other side of the field. Oh, shoot, we got a whole nother performer to go. Oh, dang, I blew it on the timing. We got another performer to go. Well, we'll see how this works out. Usually the Jets just take off, come around, and come in about 5 minutes time. So hopefully that'll be the case. All right, let me talk to you a little bit about pylons and pylon racing and what the pylon judges do here. The volunteers, part of the many volunteers that help make this air race work. Let me flip the camera around and go for a little walk here. I don't have the stabilizer stick, so it's going to get a little wobbly looking. But here's your pylon. It's about 50 feet tall. Remember, the head of the pilot can be no lower than the pylon. Out here at Outer Pylon 8, we're a little bit low. Thanks, Tyler. And so low flying is not much of a problem. So they're coming from this direction, from my right. There's Pylon 7. The Valley of Speed is right back here behind me, behind this Air National Guard station. Yeah, we got to run them folks out of there. And then they're going to round this Outer Pylon 8 and then head for Pylon 9 right over there, and then the home pylon right there. And of course, there's the Reno Air Races right over there, where all the audience is, and the tower and everything else. So the pylon judges. Kelly, you want to explain that, or you want me to?
Well, give it a shot. We'll correct you as you go.
Okay, you do that. You fix me up here. So we got two pylon judges up here, and they are looking for pylon cuts. And so what they're looking for is this barrel on top of the pylon is their sighting device. And if you stand right here and just stare up through that barrel as these jets go by, if any part of the aircraft, in this case the jet, is seen inside of that targeting device, it's a cut. You have to stand right here next to the pole to see that geometry. If I stand back here and try to eyeball a cut, I'll get it wrong every time. You just can't get it. So you have to, one guy there, looking right up through that barrel, and that's a cut. Is that about right?
You nailed it, Juan.
Good.
You're hired.
Say hired, good. But to get one of these jobs, somebody has to die before somebody gets a pylon judging job out here. This is the most coveted volunteer position out here at the Reno Air Races. So if there's a cut, it's written down and recorded. Over here is where the cut is recorded, and it's marked down here on this piece of paper. And then at the conclusion of the race, a radio call is made saying pylons, basically saying check in. Pylon 1, no cuts. Pylon 2, no cuts. All the way around the line. Pylon 8, cut race number 57. Do you have to give them the lap as well when they cut?
Yeah, we have a cut sheet that we have.
That's right. They got a whole cut sheet where they gotta draw a little diagram of exactly how the cut went down and what jet number it was that cut the pylon, or what aircraft number it was that cut the pylon, to back up their case. And then there can be protests, and there's a whole nother bailiwick you can get involved with there.
We also get light sign security. We got guys here that are in the race course.
Yeah.
We got to get them moved out of the way for safety.
Yeah. So that's a big deal. You got to have this course clear. Sterile. What do they call that? Sterile corridor for the race course here. Now there was something else I was going to say about pylon cuts and all that, but as a pilot, the penalty for cutting a pylon is severe. It's a number of seconds, like 2 seconds, times the number of laps in the race. So if it's an 8-lap race, like many of these are, times 2 seconds, that's a 16-second penalty. That could take you from first place to last place, depending on how some of these races go. I'll have to double check that, the penalty per lap for each different class, and see if that changes or not. So each of these pylons has that many volunteers on it, and of course there's a nice set of restrooms out here, and it's baking hot all day long, and that's what they do. And they got ear protection here as well, because if you're dealing with AT6s, oh, that's what I wanted to show you, it just gets excruciatingly loud. Now, where was the picture of the map? Okay, the jets are coming here, so we got to do this real quick.
I've got it.
They're here.
And those jets are already here. Okay, here it is, and we are. I get this upside down real quick here. Real quick. We are right here, I believe, on outer pylon 8. There's the home pylon right there, and there's the different race courses. So 8 is shared with a lot of the different tracks. So the 8 is shared with the, I'm going to get up here and get in position for these jets, because they're going to be coming around the corner here. I want to get up on this truck bed here. See this thing go. Okay, here they come. So this course, 8-mile course, is shared. Oh yeah, look at this. Look at this. Oh yeah! The first lap, they're always bunched up the tightest. Those are a series of L39s and L29 jets ripping around the 9-mile course. This is Heat 1C, the first race of the season for the jet class. So this will be bronze class racers. Wow. Man, that's cool. So kind of hack your clock or look at the video timer here and see how long it takes them to come around this 8-mile course, and you can kind of figure out the times for yourselves. What kind of times are they pulling? It's a little over 8 miles long. Pete's in school right now. I hope to see him out here on Friday. Yeah, the pattern is full. How many? I didn't even count how many jets we had in this race. Look at this. Here they come again. I don't want to mess with the zoom here. Let me know if this angle of zoom, amount of zoom is okay, because here they come. Look at that. Whoa! Oh, somebody's up and out of there. I got to get my radio going. Two of them pulled up and out of the course, and they're going back down on the course. Now that's something you don't see every day. And that's usually, well, I'll see if that's frowned upon or not, but I missed what happened there. Yeah, I suspect there was a little bit of getting too close in formation and or wake turbulence or something. Yeah, these are L39s and L29s, aerovedosity, I think they are. Jets. So these are we've gone from slowest class to fastest class out here at Reno, from the Stoll Drags to these guys. These guys are capable of 500 miles an hour. Okay, here they come now. Watch this. So they're getting a little more spaced out now after the second and third laps. There's a bit of a race going on right there. Well, turn your comments off if it's blocking the shot. That's on your end. So these jets, you can, now these are L39s and L29s, Aero Velocity, I think. I've found that the L29s are generally the faster jets. I got to get up to speed on who's fastest and who's winning and that sort of thing. But these kind of jets you can pick up relatively cheap, you know, like $150,000, $250,000. But man, try to feed one of these things, holy smokes. Okay, here they come. Look at this. That's a good race. That's a real good race. That lead jet is something different. You're right, that lead jet is something different, and I don't know exactly what it is. Alpha? If somebody knows, yeah, Alpha. I think it's an Alpha jet in the lead. And they are just tracking right along behind him. Formation flying skills, you got to have good formation flying skills, but here at Reno, you're trying to fly formation with, yeah, nice view of the bathrooms, eh? You're trying to fly formation with 6 guys that don't want to fly formation with you. So it's an extra challenge. They're already got around that 8-mile course and they're coming back. Cy Marchetti, S211, L19 bringing up the rear. Okay, that first and second place is still real close. Real close. Just right on his tail. Check this out. He's got to pass on the outside if he's gonna. Wow. So at this point, you got to wonder, are these guys just kind of flying formation for fun, or are they really pushing it as hard as they can? And being that this is only, what, Wednesday of race day, they're probably just relaxing and getting in the groove for air racing and not quite pushing it as hard as possible. Even though these are jets, you can still kind of toast your engine if you push it too hard. I think this will be an 8-lap race, and I forgot my radio here, and I've already lost track of the number of laps, but it's usually about an 8-lap race, and they're all on the clock. Look at this, your first place. Look at that! Holy smokes! Yeah! Oh yeah! They're off. That's it. That's all the laps of the whole race. Wow. Look, that's beautiful pull-up. I don't know if you can see that on the camera, but just a giant, beautiful S-turn up and out of the pattern. Now they'll go up and do a bit of a cool down, even though they're jets, they don't really need a cool down. But they'll go up there, cool down a bit, and then come on in for the landing. Yeah, on the 777. Wow, that was something. I have not seen a full-on jet race from the pylons before like that. That was so cool. Richard, thanks so much. It's volunteers. Put your hat on, Richard. It's volunteers like Richard that makes this kind of content possible out here at the Reno National Championship Air Races. He's my handler. He's the media guy, and he's the guy that got me the credentials and the ability to come out here and shoot this kind of stuff still National Championship Air Races here in Reno, Nevada.
My pleasure, Juan.
All right, thanks, Richard.
Okay.
He's #1 Blanco Lirio fan, too. And so are these guys, sometimes. They're done for the day. They can pop a beer and they are done. Again, thanks so much for volunteering, guys, and helping out with keeping the air races going. So we'll hopefully get some more Pylon content out here throughout the week, and I'll get you some detailed views from inside the pits. We got to get a lot more information on these jets in the pits and find out who's on first, what's on second. These guys will talk to us, and I bet they will. Thanks so much. We'll see you here. How many G's in the turns? They're doing about 3, probably a consistent 2.5 to 3.5 G's in the turn. And what they're concerned about is when you get in wake turbulence or you get some kind of an upset, and you can quickly go to 6 G's. So they get a pretty good briefing on G-lock, G-induced loss of consciousness. They do not have G-suits as far as I know. That's a good question. We'll have to go ask the pilots. So if you're sitting at 3.5 G's, it doesn't take a lot to knock you up to 6 G's. If you're not on your anti-G straining maneuver, you could suffer a G-induced loss of consciousness. And you got to consider your health, your age, your hydration level, all those things, fatigue, all that factors in. So yeah, that's why they're pushing a 500 mile per hour limit for this 8-mile course, so to keep the number of G's down in the cockpit. Good question. 9.5 seconds per mile. Wow, what'd that work out to for speed-wise? And if you go to airrace.org, hopefully they'll start populating some real speeds, times, and numbers of these races. And look for stole drag content there too, if they get any of that up. For stole drag information, go to stoledrag.com.
And then the biplane star was the same thing.
And also, I believe on the Reno National Championship Air Race page, there should be a link to a live feed. We got to see what they got of the stole drag races on that live feed from J&M Productions. G Grunt, that's right.
Okay, we're probably done, Sean. Well, we'll be, but we'll just get ready to go.
Good comments.
Yep.
Good. Okay, we're going to sign off for now, and I'll check back in when we find something else really interesting to talk about. Thanks so much for watching. Stay tuned. What do you got? 378.94. Not even 400 yet. Wow, these jets got a long way to go. They can pop 500. Wait till you see some of these sport planes are pushing close to the 400 miles an hour. And we'll go take a look at those too. The 262s are in the museum. Okay, gotta go. See you here. Thanks.
Not only is it live, it's interactive live. Yeah.
Yeah. So